The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this Monday, the 15th of July. We're halfway through the month. Very interesting month. Look at this candle on the right. This is the monthly candle. Very quick peak D, 1 month rest, and then a leg E. It could be an instant restart. That means it could be a new replay to start a new up move going to 4 higher peaks, or it could fail right here. We don't know. You've got the U-shaped pattern, the weekly chart that's gone from a single U to a double U, a second U, slightly higher high. This is going to be interesting to watch because this pattern usually says it comes back into the rectangle, but if it has a move that is up about, let's say a quarter to, say 25 to 30% above the entire range of the that rectangle high and low, that could be really important because you can then take that peak D right there and put a down arrow. That low that was made in the Dow, that was at 38,000, almost exact. No, that was the low, 37,611. The next low was exact. So, and that would be a start of an A, and then you go to an alternate count right here, and that could be really positive. So what would be negative if in this week, this is the week of the 15th, so what week is the second? This is the third week of the month. July. Yeah, the exact third week of the month. If in this third week, there is a move below, I would put a halfway marker of the whole rally, but actually I'm just going to go to the right here, the black 14-period moving average in the weekly chart, which is at 39,200. That's 1,000 points down. I don't know what's going to do it right now. We know what could have done it over the weekend, and thank goodness there was an assassination attempt that failed because the country does not need anything like this. It's terrible. Let's go to the S&P all-time high was not pierced today. It's attempting to rally nicely. It's got this little mini Chapman wave inverted Roman candle, and it's above the halfway marker, but it's such a tiny candle. I'd say you need something even more like this, but you really need something much greater than that. But at this particular point, it's really good that the market, the S&P is up 29 at 56,456.44 with an all-time high on Friday of 56.55.56. That was a very good move, and then it fails suddenly intraday. We're going to look at the QQQ, which has not made a new recovery high, and that's now this is the third session since the high that was made at 503.52, and it went right to the Chapman wave inside track repellent zone. So it's pulling back there, the same as the SMHs. Look, SMH is pulling back a little bit. No big deal. It's up $1.57. The semiconductors at 276.08, but the high of last Thursday, I think it was, at 283.07, that was on slightly weaker technicals. So to be able to break above that, you really need to see 285, something quite a bit above the 283 high. You need 285 at least by Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. If it pulls back to it's a 275.90 right now. If it goes under 273.20, let's just say under 273 in the next couple of days, that says the SMHs are rotating and having a digestive phase, while other areas well, first of all, we're going to go to the IWM. IWM is trading sharply higher, up 3.15 at 215.29. Now, I've got this as leg D. Now, it's going to be very interesting because in leg D, especially a single leg up like this with a very sharp move, there are a number of things that have to happen to say that this could be not just a leg D, but actually an alternate count or thought of like an alternate count, meaning that this is a break to the upside that is creating a higher base. In other words, a trading stop type base. And that base over this week should see the 212 to 210 area adds extremely strong support if there's a major turnaround. But when I talk about the rotation of sectors, I've been talking about that for a little while now. And in my overview, and if you're interested in my service, you'll get my webinars for nothing. In other words, you pay for the my monthly charge, and then you can cancel by the end of the month. Money back guarantee. You get our new positions. We've built up a cash position, so we're starting to add now to positions, and we're anticipating that there's a chance that we've been saved from a sharp decline by having this roll to other sectors. So here we are with the IW and the Russell 2000, very nice move to the upside. This is a leg D. It'll become a peak D if there's a lower high any day this week to make that little ictus at the top, to have a higher left side high and a lower right side high. That makes the peak. But I'm saying that this whole area, the gap in the 212s, the 212 to 210, that should all be really strong support. Most importantly, look what we've got here. We've got the XLF, very strong move is that almost all-time highs? I have to always check. I think the all-time high was, wow, that was at 30.98 way back in 2007. So looking at the XLF all-time high, leg D in the monthly chart. But what's really happening now, it's the same as the S&P and the IWM. Or you can go from the IWB, which is the Russell 1000 IWB, screaming to a new high and leading the way for quite some time. And that poor old lagging IWM is only now catching up in terms of strength, not in terms of 244.47 making an all-time high. No, it's still only at 216.19, but it's a leg C. And if you look at the IWN, which is the value, I didn't notate this. I have done it once before, but I forgot to do it over the weekend. Peak A, B, C, D, E. Peak E is a top back in 2021 in the fall, and then it does fall. It drops down from about the 170s down to the 130s, and now it's got a peak A, new peak B, and I just needed to check this. This is what I wanted to do, and then I forgot completely over the weekend. So that's 159.81, 159.35, 159.85. Oh, you see how you got, that's your only obligation. That's why Steve Rhodes did a great job when he did automatic notation of these peaks. I do it by hand. The only reason why I don't keep it I have a technique that has the possibility to notate it if you can identify the lows. But it's when you get the inside peaks. How do you notate that? Does that get preference? Where does it fit in? Well, this particular cup formation says that the value, so this is the iShares Russell 2000 value ETF. I'm just going slowly here because I want you to get in. And there's a very quick peak A to peak B to peak C to peak D, leg D, that is. And usually that gets a little bit of a pullback at some point. Not a major sell-off, but a pullback. And then it goes higher. But you've got a cup formation that says by, I would say, September, October, there's a chance that we could be retesting the 178, 179 high of November, December. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll be back. Basil, Chapman.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hi, folks. We're back. The question about natural gas. So natural gas has made this U-shaped pattern in the weekly charts, trading at was a continuous contract, 2.23, down 0.09. And I had a left side, right side price time match. That's called bar symmetry. And a couple of them, actually. First of all, let's do the daily one from that low right there. It almost hit it exactly. Is there such a thing as almost exact? Exactly is exact. Well, very close to exact. And it failed. It rallied. And then it made a lower low. Today is making a lower low than that. Multi-hit baseline that's at about I'd say 228, maybe 230. Most importantly, what we're looking at is this pattern's been repeated over and over. Look at this. Here's the weekly chart. What's going on over there? Okay, very good. Oh, that was me taken out a little bit there. Okay, that's all right. And what we're looking at here is in the natural gas, there's a base that I put in. It's moved because the continuous contract gets smoothed out, but it was right there. And we made an arch formation, lovely arch formation, and took it out, went to a lower low, and it still keeps making lower lows. So the question is, can you review a day? It looks a real set up to pop at least 5,325 bars, breakout look plus volume. Support weekly could easily pull down more. Yes. So this is what I wanted to say about this. I looked at this not over the weekend. I looked at it actually on Thursday and Friday. I was looking at commodities. And my contention was that when something is in a major sell mode in a monthly chart, it's really difficult to, first of all, understand unless you make it as simple as possible and you just say, hey, there's a plethora of whatever it is. Therefore, they have no funding. They have no, how can I put this? They have no strength in being able to either raise prices or to ameliorate the abundance of whatever it is. Okay? In other words, too much product. That's the one thing. The other is, why on earth is natural gas continuous contract fading like this? It's gone from, up in the 12s, almost 13 area on the continuous contract back in 2022. And here it is at a low, 2.23. That is major for a commodity. And what effect should it have had? Why aren't governors of all the different states saying, hey, wait a minute, natural gas is so inexpensive. Maybe we shouldn't stop natural gas usage but there are other factors. There are always other factors which are beyond you and me. These are political factors. These are fundamental factors, whatever it is. All we can do is look at the price and look at the price. The big rally that was made back in April, running from the 2.20s up into the 3.30s, the guy gave it back in this arch formation, almost like an Eiffel Tower, straight up, double top, and straight down. But look at the way the 9-period moving average has shown no strength whatsoever. So I'm going to make the recommendation, and I've done this for a long time, and I've said I would much rather, even when it was rallying like this, remember it did go to the Chapman wave peak D, that fourth highest peak, where other things can happen, from the 1397, that's probably changed, from the 16th of April low, whatever the price is, it went to that high back in May the 25th, I think it was. No, that was 23rd. 23rd at 21.61. It did a retest by going right back to 21.56, just under it. And it did faded because the stochastic, everything was, except the on-balance volume, were a little bit weaker than all the technicals, except that 9-period moving average was strong. And I said, we've got to watch this. This is a good sign, because if it can get even closer, it'll try to tag the 200-period moving average, which it's ignored forever. Well, it couldn't get nearer, and it couldn't do it. So it got reversed, came all the way down, and it came down to this level. So now let me do this Wyoming, I think it is, over there in the den. Yeah. And we've got 14.94, down 56. I'm looking at this and I'm saying there's a really good chance that this flat stochastic is telling us that it's going to have to be news related, and that if there is a rally, the rally has to have, I'm going to say, 3 bars of strong upside action, just like it even did in the rebound. It has to have that, because just a little pop like it had on Friday, that's just not good enough. That will not move the 9-period moving average at all. And that 9 is so wide, down away from the black 14-period moving average. The MACD histogram is improving just a little bit, but the stochastic flat at 4%, that's like being at 96% on the upside, where I say, wow, when you've got a flat stochastic in the mid-90s, that is the most bullish thing you can have. This is really bearish. So I'm going to say to you, look, it isn't worth the sacrifice. I'm looking at UNG right now. It is, even though in the long term I drew this trend line going way back to the 2020s, right there, and it does go back even further. And then what happens? You make lower lows and lower lows and lower. It did make lower highs, and then all of a sudden came back to the low lows and lower highs. So it's just saying I'm not yet ready. So if you want something that's going to be sustained, to be able to go from the UNG in the 14s into the 1750s, I'm going to say, look, you're watching it very closely. I'm not going to say to you, it is horrible, it's looking terrible. I'm going to say to you, why don't you do this? If it can close above Friday's high at 1573, if it can, the UNG, if it can, I know you asked me about that. Use this as kind of a bit of a benchmark for yourself, not the continuous contract, just for the moment. If 1571 is taken out, that's good. If it closes above that, that's where I'd say to you, you know what? You've got yourself a bounce with a lot of testing. But if the testing is, let's make today the low. I don't say it's going to. I'm just saying, what if at 14.82, if that's a low, and you start to pop to the upside, I think just the energy of having a rebound that could be tradable will allow you to nibble. And I would just add a little bit, and then I'd do nothing. I say, tell me the story. The weight of evidence is so I mean, the weight of evidence is so negative right now that to change that, you'd actually have to have about a week's worth of trading in UNG above 18.55, somewhere in the mid-18s or higher. So I hope that helps you, but it's a really tough one. And they have, I know I've seen in the den, people have called this the widow maker. Could be widower maker, but it is something that's been horrendous if you've played. We haven't touched it for ages and ages. Next question, I just wanted to see here, there was a question about, HSAI. TAN. Okay, TAN is, I should know this well. I looked at it over the weekend, but I didn't do any work on it. I just saw the symbol TAN. Oh, that's, I can't even read it. Invesco. Is this the inverse? I think it is. TAN, solar energy. Okay, TAN is the solar energy. It had a nice bounce from going into Friday's close, and today it's given back some. You know, I think it's worth looking at this. TAN is the silver down 2.22. We'll be right back. Now's the chat. I get finished this hour. Oh, got a bunch of questions coming in.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Tigers, it's back. The annual July Tiger Dollar Sale. If you've been wanting to try one of our products, from our stellar newsletters to educative webinars, now is the time. From now until July 22nd, we're offering a 20, 30, even a 40% bonus on Tiger Dollar purchases. After being applied to your account, your Tiger Dollars will be used for all purchases. They can be easily transferred and never expire. If you want to receive a 20, 30, or even a 40% bonus when purchasing Tiger Dollars, now's your chance. This is a perfect opportunity to try out a newsletter or save big on your current subscription. This deal is only available until July 22nd, so lock in your bonuses fast. Go to TFNN.com today to lock in your bonus. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
All right, folks, so there was a question in my mind as to whether this could turn into a two-click session. Started off as a two-click session there, very sudden, sharp pullback. So it took out the early 6 o'clock highs, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, but has this started a brand new two-click session, meaning that you from this moment on, you buy in the E-mini and you just let it go, peak A, B, C, D, whatever it is, and this is brand new A, this is a brand new leg B. We'll see if it's going to be able to do that, and that can go to this afternoon. We'll see what happens, but the market absolutely is very much trying to follow through on the up moves from last week, and that's really important. It's the reason why right now we're only bullish, and we're looking at positions where we're adding. I mean, this is the first time that I've been able to say this is a really good time to start considering to add, and you want to add on areas that were weakest and now are moving very nicely to the upside. A statement in the Tiger YouTube about what Caterpillar Cat trying to break out. Yeah, this is a very good sign that you're starting to see. Look, here's Caterpillar. I think that's what he was talking about. Caterpillar trading at 344.79, up 9.20. ABC, there's a leg D, but still very strong. And the 9-period moving average on Friday just turned positive. This is going to be, I must tell you that I know that I'm reading all these stories for the past week about the crash that's coming, the crash that's coming. As long as you get a rotation and you've got other areas in the market picking up the slack, I just don't see that. I think that this is a very positive market. It is, if you're in, for instance, I've made a big deal about this. If you're in the semiconductors, SMH, if you're in the Microsofts, and we are long Microsoft, we're waiting for a decent pullback to start to consider whether or not it can add to that position from way down. That was, I mean, we're talking about October of 2023. But in the meantime, this whole the 9-period moving average hasn't gone negative, even though for many reasons, look at the AI sector, and of course Microsoft is deeply involved in AI. Look, the Global X Artificial Intelligence EDF is almost at an all-time high. It hit the 37s on Thursday actually. Friday had a peak F. This could even be a peak A, peak E/B, F/C, and now we're going to a D because this is look at that 9-period moving average. It is strong. AIQ is the symbol, up 25 cents. We've been long for quite a long time with this as well. Look right there. That's when we went long back in 2023. And we want to add to it. Haven't added to it because it keeps on acting so well. I wanted to, this was the pullback that was a possibility. Didn't take it. And I'm talking about, so one thing I've got to mention right away before I do anything else is Bitcoin is having a really strong move today, up 5,330 points at 63,175. Yes, it's making lower lows and lower highs. And yes, I've been talking about this and saying I think that it's really weak, and I think it's going to the 200-period exponential moving average, which it did. Looking at it over on the weekend, I thought, the way it's holding the 200-period moving average, and the way the stochastic the MACD histogram is improving, the way the stochastic is very quietly rallying, I have to consider the GBTC as a potential long. Well, I did consider it as a potential long, but this morning already when I was about to put it on as at least a starter position, it had already gapped up huge, and I said, no, I don't think in this instance I want to take it from a low that's suddenly gapping up, even though this is a leg C. It's good that it's gotten to a C but it is telling me that there's a chance that in this rotational correction, if I'm correct, and so far I think that the prognosis, the analysis and the prognosis has been kind of good, is that, look, we've had a pretty sharp from the 75,000s to the 49,000s. That I would call that a pretty deep pullback. And now there's a chance that there's a bounce coming. I don't know if the Bitcoin area is ready to really move to the all-time high. I think this is a really good bounce. I think it's in the process of attempting some kind of stabilization and saying, hey, if you think I'm going under 48,000, I've got a lot to do before then, and I'm at 56,000 right now. That's really what it's saying. It says, don't rule me out. Bitcoin is in. This is a very needed resting period. If you look at the monthly chart, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's already 4 months since the high that was made back in, I think it was February or March. I think it was, let's see, I think it was March. There it is. March, the 65.61 was the high at peak C. I think it's going to a D, but it needed this timeout. This is part of that timeout. Now it's rebuilding a base. Next thing we've got is a question came in. I think I saw it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Gold. GDX. You didn't show the GDX, and you always do. Yep, there's the GDX. GDX has made a leg C on Friday's big move to the upside in the 38s. It's at 38.11 right now, down 6 cents. I don't know if it'll do it today, but it looks to me like it's going higher. And what's really important about this particular move is that it's gone to a leg D for the first time in the monthly chart, and for the first time ever since I drew in Chapman Wave Insight. Remember, this is a technique that if you sign up for my service, you'll get these webinars, and you'll see I've got a webinar on the first of all, I've got webinars on the higher highs and higher lows, going to a D. But most importantly, I've got a webinar that says this Chapman Wave Insight Tracker technique that I developed a long time ago. Once you start to break out above it, it says that whole area, in this case, 35 to 33.20, should be very strong support for the GDX, the gold miners. So this is very positive as it stands right now. And look at the way the weekly chart pulled back quite sharply. The 9-period moving average stayed green, sharply green, and now it's gone to a new recovery high. Look at the SLV, that's the silver. Silver is, did I type it in the wrong place? Probably. Let's just do this right now. Let's go to the continuous contracts. SI. SI is pulling back a little bit. It's down 11 cents at 31.05. Had a Chapman Wave Roman candle on Friday. So far, it's acting quite well. It hasn't taken out that low, and it's holding above the midpoint of about 30.92. It's at 31.08. And I like the action, but it is a peak D. Expect some kind of a digestive phase. Even more important, I'm looking at the weekly chart, trying to retest the previous high. That was the high just under, right on 33 in the silver contract. Let's just go to SLV. And that high was at peak D over 29.50. Exact coming down. iShares Silver Trust on the 20th of May hit 28.56, and we're trading right now at 28.40, holding pretty well. I'll be back. Basil Chapman, Dow of 178, S&P's at 35. Wait, be right back.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, You don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi folks, we're back. That's the E-minis up 36 with this walk in the 9-period moving average. Going to do this after the PP. We'll see what happens. I would say that 36.95 is going to be a really important support level in the E-mini. This is a 5-minute chart leg B, could be a peak B at any moment. And this is the same thing in the 10-minute chart. So it started brand new buy signal to buy mode because stochastics at 91% in the 5-minute chart, 88% in the 10-minute. So it's still got work to do. But it looks to me like this has to be considered. It could fail, but it looks to me like it has to be considered as a new buy mode in the 5 and the 10-minute charts. They should go to C and then D. I don't know if it'll do that, but that's just the theory. Okay, let's go back to our story here. We're looking at, what did I say, silver? Okay, let's go to high-grade copper. High-grade copper right now is down, a little bit down, 4 ticks at 4.55. It's just kind of struggling here. Let's do wood, WOD. That is the iShares Global and Timber Forestry ETF. Nice move to the upside, holding that at 79.49. But that 200-period moving average is like a magnet. It keeps dragging that price closer to it. And it's the same thing in the weekly chart. So you want to see this timber and forestry ETF really scream to the upside at some point, maybe by Thursday of this week. You want to see it 81.50 to 82. That'll be very important. Okay, just to tell me that I got my court book for tennis tomorrow. So let's go to... so PAVE is what I want to look at here. PAVE is, nice move. That's with Caterpillar moving up. Global X U.S. Infrastructure and Development ETF, peak D in the monthly chart, peak D in the weekly. And look at this beautiful channel. Can it break above it? Woohoo! I would say this looks very promising. Now, it's always difficult to be buying something almost at all-time highs, but you've got to look at the components. And so far, I was, there was a takeover of one of the steel companies. I didn't know the steel company. I saw that on the ticker go by in Bloomberg, I think it was, early this morning. So with that said, we've got AB on PAVE, which is the symbol, up 52 cents at 38.79. Let's have a look at the SLX. This is the steel. This is a Vector Steel ETF. Yes, very nice. Peak A, peak B, peak C, leg D. Isn't that nice? Yeah, there's a lot happening here. I have to tell you, I don't see this big downside. I can see rotational swoons in certain areas. If in the next 2 days, some of these areas don't move higher, like the semiconductors, on the very short term, they become somewhat vulnerable. But when you see a rotation that says, hey, I'm starting to work, What about the XLF? I was doing that earlier, screaming to an all-time high right here at 42.82. Well, we have Bank of America as our component, which is kind of, in a sense, for us, for the thinking, because over the last 8 years or so, at least every year, except for a big chunk of last year, we didn't have Bank of America, and we ride it all the way from the lows under 30 all the way to the highs in the 30-something or other than get out. Then we were stopped for quite a while in this big pullback going into the middle of October 2027. In fact, we had to wait until December before we got in, and we were in. We've taken a little bit off. Still got a core position, broken above the 41.74 left side, right side price time match that I had for the monthly chart, but now it's going right into this inside track repellent zone. It needs to decisively break, and I think that might be a little tough. But what I only wanted to do right now, when I went from the XLF to the, I want you to show the KRE, just as the IWM is starting to rally and catch up, not catch up, but to become a leader in its, after being a laggard. So you've got KRE moving beautifully up above over the 200 period exponential moving average. 78.81 was the S&P regional banking ETF high of January of 2022. It plummets down to the 34 area. Now it's trading at 53. Hasn't made a leg C in the, this could be A, that could be BA. This is an overlapping wave. Let me show you, I explain this as a Chapman wave technique. In the monthly chart, you've got peak A, peak B. Then it pulls back, but above that peak A, peak B makes another A and a B. This means that this leg C right now, usually, it doesn't have to be, but usually becomes an overlapping wave, spiking sharply over the previous peak B. Now you've got these two streams of strength that become a single unit of C, and that says it should then almost guarantee that it goes to a D. But I can put in now an up arrow to say finally KRE monthly chart is in a buy mode. It's not the end of the month, it's the middle of the month. Oh no, but price is price. And oh no, let me just skip here. I'm going to take it away. I have to have patience. I need the patience. And that's going to say 1 penny above the high of December. That's 54.47, touching 54.48, starts a leg C and says you're now in a buy mode. I did this. I was talking and did it at the same time. That will become, this is a gray leg C, so let me put that in. It's officially a C, but it's what I call a gray one because it hasn't got a confirmation yet. So what I do is I actually make it gray. These are also gray. I'm not going to take the time. A, gray B, gray C. It goes a blue C, 1 penny above that peak B, and that becomes a buy mode. Whew, that was a lot of talking just to demonstrate one little thing, but that's the way technicals are. You spend a little time trying to assess and understand it, and then visually it takes 1 second. Look, 1 split second to go to 0.1 above B, starts leg C. Okay. Now let me just do this. Yeah, I just wanted to go into the den. There were a couple of questions. There were statements, I must say, not actually questions. Yeah, so let me do this because I spoke about this as I was doing my overview on the weekend. And I said, look, even IBB, if I can type it in the right place, even IBB, which is the NASDAQ biotech, has gone to a leg, look at this, leg D. A leg D in the weekly chart, very quick, A to B to C, and leg D says, be careful, you can get a bit of a pullback here. Leg D in the monthly chart, and is this a leg E in the, I don't even know if there's a note, if there's a price there, 134.54? No, that was just a blank. Okay, and that's like, it looks like a peak E in the daily, but it does tell me that when I talk about rotational, look at this. This is rotational, because they were lagging terribly. They went sideways for a whole bunch of time. The IBB NASDAQ Biotech ETF. Now it's broken to a new recovery high. Not an all-time high. That was at 177.37. We're 30 points below that now at 144.96. But it is coming off the low that was made at about 104. I can't remember the exact price. 100. Yes, 104.29. Let me just type that in here. So, okay, that's important. 104.29. 29. Okay, got a break coming up, and the question came in. Keep talking about rig. Did you ever get back into rig? Well, rig is trading. This is Transocean Limited offshore drilling. It's up a little bit right now. Let me just refresh that. There it is. So it is trading up 5 cents at 5.36. Yeah, I'll talk about it as soon as we return. Basil Chapman, Dow's up 22. We'll be back.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. 1 or 2 adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry Pesavento Friday, July 12th and Friday, July 26th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time for 3 hours of live trading. For this month only, use promo code LarryJuly24 at checkout to save $50 on your first month's subscription. For all the information and to reserve your spot today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi, folks. So because I just heard that Steve is not here, and it's really an important period this week, I would say, only because of what's happened over the weekend. I think I've just changed some of my scheduling here, and I will be here for the next hour as well. So there's a lot of questions that I've got, even now, as I'm not able to do them. I wouldn't have been able to do them. Now I can do them for the next hour. And the other question was, Basil, your 2-click session. Can you talk about that? Well, if I during the next hour, if it comes about, I'll talk about it. It's one of the techniques, and I was asked if I could do a webinar at some point. I've done it before on this particular technique. It's not easy to do these webinars because it has to, first of all, it's great if it's the right day because, things happen that are different each day. But most importantly, I am looking at it as if, let me just do that. I am looking at it as if there's been, for the market itself, the market is, I believe, it's trying to assess what would happen if there is a Trump, if Trump comes back as president. So the market's saying, well, these are the things that he was interested in before. Maybe the interest rig is showing up now, up 8 cents. Transocean offshore drilling, oil and gas. So this might even be implying now, the question that I had about natural gas earlier, I forgot completely to kind of put it into the picture, that there's a chance that it finds if it finds any support, the speed with which UNG could actually move up could be really quick. So let me just say, I'll do this quickly before I forget and run out of time. So UNG right now is trading still down 49 cents at 15.01. This is the United States Natural Gas Fund. So everything I said before applies, but now we've got speed as well. So if it suddenly has a big spike to the upside, I'll do rig in the next part of the show. I mean, in Steve's hour. I'll do Steve's show coming up. His time, that is, not his show. He's the only one that can do his show. And I'll talk about rig, which is acting quite well, but the 9-period moving average needs to cross positive. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, check out my opening call daily newsletter, 233 up with the Dow. I'll be right